The National Aeronautics and Space Administration have made some incredible discoveries in recent years. They've helped us to better understand the cosmos, and have inspired generations to look up to the stars. One of the great things about space and space exploration is that a number of cameras have been deployed, and this gives the general public a chance to view some of the most incredible sights our cosmos has to offer. Some of the most well-known ones are the cameras that can be found on the International Space Station, and also the SOHO, a spacecraft which is currently orbiting around our Sun, and that gives researchers a chance to monitor the Sun's behaviour. Interestingly though, in recent years people have managed to snap some interesting objects close to our Sun, leaving them confused as to what these huge objects could be. As mentioned, one place where these objects are commonly seen is that of NASA's behaviour project. This is used by NASA, other space agencies and the public to view the Sun, but recently UFO researchers have been using it as a way to try and spot unidentified flying objects. Developed as part of the European Space Agency's and NASA's behaviour project, the Solar Heliospheric Observatory allows anyone to view its entire library, and over the years has provided some incredible photographs of our Sun. However, every so often UFO researchers come forward and present some interesting images. Various websites have just posted an image which allegedly shows a giant cube-like object. They say that whatever this object is, it must be interested in our Sun, as it can be seen close to it every couple of weeks or so. This has only caused people to speculate about what this mysterious object is. Some put forward the idea that it may have been leaving our Sun, while others who have studied these objects have said they just hover around it, and they can be seen leaving the air at high speeds. One UFO researcher called Scott C. Waring was one of the first to post the images, and he believes that this large cube could possibly be a ship, and that in some cases he's even seen these cubes half buried in the Sun. So what is it that people are seeing? As of right now, UFO researchers have said they think these crafts are not of this world, and could be monitoring our planet and watching human civilization. Interestingly, those who have studied these anomalies have said there's two different types. You have this type that looks kind of transparent and cloaked, then the other version that looks like a giant black cube. UFO researchers have said the large transparent cubes has a kind of cloak on them, and this makes them harder to spot, whereas the black cubes aren't actually a cube, but were actually placed here by NASA in order to hide something behind it. Some have suggested that these giant cubes are hundreds of miles in length, and that perhaps we may share our Sun with these things. They go on to say that for years mysterious objects have been seen in and around our Sun. Those who have measured the objects say it ranges from being the size of planet Earth to being even bigger. This is why they rule out that it originates on Earth. One website that looks into these accounts is that of ET Database, and they've suggested in the past that these giant crafts have been over 20 times the size of planet Earth. ET Database has even said that large flares can be seen when these objects exit the Sun. Other UFO researchers have pointed out it's one of the best places to see UFOs. Interestingly, they say that different shaped crafts can be seen leaving our Sun, and that some of them even stick around for several hours before making a quick getaway. Due to this, amateur researchers have spent countless hours watching these live feeds, and looking through old images only to find the same shaped objects close to the Sun. One individual said the following about the anomalies seen close to the Sun. I've been watching the SOHO cameras for years and I've seen some strange things. This most recent photo, however, is one of the best to come from SOHO, and I think it could be the real deal. For years now, these cameras have been capturing these angel-like crafts, and no one knows what they are. For the past 5 years they keep appearing at our Sun, and no one knows why." End quote. Others, however, are not so sure. They say the following: "If this was a real craft, it would be absolutely massive. No object could be that close to the Sun due to the heat it gives off." End quote. As of right now, UFO researchers think these crafts have been visiting our sun for years, and even suggest they may be using it as some type of portal, or that the sun could be a type of fueling station. NASA has provided an official explanation on their SOHO page. They say the following: ever since launch, there's been a number of people who've claimed to have seen flying saucers and other objects in SOHO images. Although some of these supposed pictures of UFOs can seem quite intriguing, they've always turned out to have quite an ordinary cause when examined by experienced SOHO scientists. In recent days, we've been receiving so many questions and claims that we'd like to set the record straight. We've never seen anything that even suggests that there's UFOs out there. In the past, we've been accused of covering up UFO evidence when we present our explanations, and of refusing to comment or climbing up when we give up on somebody who won't accept our explanations. While we don't expect to convince everybody, we hope this page and links can provide some information for the curious who want to investigate the claims on their own. Most commonly, UFO claims are due to perfectly natural flaws or artifacts in our publicly available data. Some of the things that people are seeing are planets, cosmic rays, software glitches and debris." End quote. According to former NASA engineer James Olberg, he went on to say that these objects are just space dandruff floating around in front of cameras. When they appear in front of the cameras, they give off the effect that something much larger is there, when in reality what people are seeing has a natural origin. He said the following about the discoveries: "I've had enough experience with real spaceflight to realize that what's been seen in many videos is nothing beyond the norm, from fully mundane phenomena occurring in unearthly settings." End quote. So what do you guys make of these giant cubes that are often seen close to our sun? Do you think they're giant objects that are interested in our sun? Or do you think the cube is placed there to hide an object? Or do you believe that NASA are correct in what we're seeing is just processing errors? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comments section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.